Worship has played a massive role in the history of Breakaway for decades. Breakaway's existed for nearly 35 years now, and for many of those years, it was artists who came in to serve and to be a part of what was happening. In the very early years, Chris Tomlin, Shane & Shane, Ross King, Stephen Starr Smith, many faithful leaders who just came in bringing their songs, their energy, their values to help spur on what God was doing at Breakaway. In more recent years, we decided that rather than bringing in leaders from other churches and other cultures who carried their songs into Breakaway, that we wanted to create something that was true of what was happening on Tuesday nights at Reed Arena. And so Breakaway Worship was born. We always lead in a capacity that's team-led. So rather than there being one primary voice that's the voice that you're hoping students to connect with, we've got 4 or 5 leaders every Tuesday night who lead differently and look differently. And the hope there is that you've got a very diverse group of people walking into Breakaway every Tuesday. And we want there to be folks on stage that are leading in a way that connects with every single student in the room. We're very careful about who we put on stage at Breakaway. Ultimately, it's because these people are being entrusted to pastor and to lead this group of people who's showing up on Tuesday nights. All of the hopes that we have for students at Breakaway is that they take a step with Jesus. And so every person that we put on stage has to be equipped and entrusted to be able to walk with students and to help have conversations to where they can take a step with Jesus. We're always trying to balance how far do we want to push the production or the arrangements, while at the same time, how do we serve students best? And our ultimate goal is we want folks who walk into Breakaway to have the experience and the opportunity to meet with the living God, to learn more about Him and to experience Him. And so there's times where that means that we get to really play with the arrangements and how far we take things on the production. And there's other times where we're very intentional about paring that down and creating space. Every semester, Breakaway Worship gathers to write songs together. And so it's been a couple of days, gathered in a couple of houses, writing songs for students about the life change that's happening on Tuesday nights. And our hope now in writing songs for this generation is that we are not only just giving students songs that are full of truth and full of the gospel, but we're giving students songs that 15 years from now, they can look back on and go, I walked closely with the Lord that semester, and this chorus marked it for me. This song marked it for me. The song may never make it outside of the walls of Breakaway, but for students here, it marks a semester, it marks a season where God met them very intimately, and we think that's really valuable to provide that to students. As students walk into Breakaway, and especially students who love worship leading or love music, I hope that they're encouraged. I'm the byproduct of Breakaway in many ways. I sat in the seats at Reed Arena week after week watching how great leaders led rooms of people, and I was inspired and encouraged to keep running and working on this craft of worship leading. And so my hope as students come in now is that, one, they'd simply be encouraged by the culture of worship that Breakaway carries. And the 2 things that I really hope they notice is the humility and the excellence with which our leaders lead. That there is a clear desire to help lead people to see God clearly, not to point people to ourselves on stage. And I think that's evident amongst all of our leaders. And then the excellence that our leaders lead with, I hope that students get to see that and get to even grow just watching how they do it. At the same time, I hope that we have resources that are helpful. Everything from the opportunity to serve in worship choir or worship residency, to the songs, the albums, the videos that we're getting to release, simply to say, here is an opportunity to experience once again what we got to experience on Tuesday night at Breakaway. To hear it in your headphones, to take it on your phone, and be encouraged by God's faithfulness in your life in this season at A&M.